I don't know why it's taking all of us humans forever to come together, but gosh darn it, we
Mm,
have to. So another thing 3 Atlas is doing, I'm going to give a piece of the puzzle to everybody.
exactly.
And you know what? I'm going to see if they're smart enough to come together or if their egos are going to prevent that.
Welcome, cosmic explorers, to another highly informative and transformative episode of the FreeMePortal podcast, where we delve into the mysteries of the multiverse, unravel the threads of consciousness, and empower one another to reclaim our sovereignty as we go through the matrix together. I'm your host, Renata Duma, and today we're stepping into the extraordinary and borderline unfreaking believable with a guest whose journey is nothing short of mind-bogglingly horrific and at the same time hugely expansive, as she's been able to integrate most of what's transpired during her current galactic exploration. Prepare to be riveted as we welcome Erica Amoreena, a galactic envoy whose life reads like a cosmic epic of resilience, revelation, and redemption. From the tender age of 1.5, Erica was thrown into a world of gray abductions and MILAB programs, enduring consciousness fracturing, telekinetic exploitation, and unimaginable trauma orchestrated by forces both human and extraterrestrial. Yet, from the ashes of those devastating and sometimes lethal experiences, she has risen as a beacon of light, reconnecting with her Andromedan Admiral self astrally and with her Pleiadian 6D husband, Jor-El, physically, while on her current acting mission to prevent galactic tyranny and help those still caught in it through one on one client sessions. Author of Girl Stolen, a collection of memories, Erica has faced the shadows of secret space programs, navigated space time portals, and activated ancient space arks with her unique frequency. She's battled ongoing surveillance, sealed energetic portals in her own home, and tapped into the unified field of the heart to heal and awaken. Today, she's here to share her multidimensional wisdom from the emotional tapestry of her cosmic marriage to the urgent warnings of AI as it mimics and infiltrates the Galactic Federation of Worlds and our beloved Earth, Christi Sophia. So, buckle up, listeners, as we explore Erica's journey from stolen innocence to cosmic empowerment, uncovering truths that will shift the very fabric of our reality. Whether you're a starseed, a truth seeker, or someone ready to reclaim your inner power and explore leaving the matrix behind, this conversation will ignite your heart and soul. So, without further ado, let's open the Free Me Portal podcast with our guest, Erica Amoreena. Welcome, Erica. What an incredible privilege it is to speak with you today.
Thank you so much for having me on. And I've not met your TV persona yet. And thank you for the beautiful, epic introduction.
Well,
Part of it made me
yeah.
nervous. I was like, I want to
Ah!
hear what you're going to say. And I'm like, oh, wait, I have to talk. It was very, very well
Oh,
said.
oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I messed up in the first sentence, remember? So I know it's going to be great now. All right. So, my dear, I have a lot of questions for you today, and especially after you and I have done a private session together, which I'm still reeling from. and integrating and having flashbacks because of
Yeah.
so let's get on with it, and please take your time. There's no rush here. It's just two peas in a pod here, literally, trying to work this stuff out, right? So I want to explore soul fracturing, astral communication, personal relationships in 5 and 6D, bloodlines, levitation, and AI or TI, and anything else that comes up between friends. Does that work for you?
Yes.
All right. So let's set the stage with you as a small human child named Erica. This touched me very much when you described connecting with source creation. You mentioned that as a child, you could connect with source to find comfort. So, what was that like? Was it like entering the unified field of the heart? Was it simply going deep inside, going
It it
outside of your body? How do you describe it?
it's different now than it was when I was 3, 4, and 5 years old. Now, yeah, it's going inside into my heart because all of our hearts are a giant portal into a universe.
Mm,
We don't need to look through telescopes and wait for NASA. If we go in here, there's nothing we can't access, and that's exciting in itself. Um, as a child, it was different going back and forth to get comfort from source. So weird to say
mm,
that.
mm,
It's like, gosh, I wish George Kavassilis explained it better. It's like coming down, it's like there's a giant tunnel that goes all the way from the third dimension all the way up to source.
mm,
And as a little child, I remember falling asleep, and I would call it the big and little dream because
mm,
I would be pulled up through every dimension into creation, into source, into the most fulfilling, loving feeling we can't even
mm,
conceptualize it. We're human. It's not, I can't put it into words.
mm,
And then by morning, having to come all the way down through all these dimensions
mm,
and then be in the third, it was very painful, but to my little self, I called it the big and little dream. And it would happen especially if I was sick and had fevers. I would notice that if anything physically was going wrong, I would close my eyes and I would be literally sucked up through the dimensions and taken back home into this. How do you describe source? It's like a giant womb
mm,
where everything is accessible, everything is whole.
mm,
There's no need, no want. There's just isness.
mm.
I don't know how to describe it.
Oh, I think you just described it beautifully. Oh,
But what I learned just yesterday, I had
mm,
my fourth or fifth session with Rebecca Rose,
mm,
and she has been instrumental in helping me discover me. But what I discovered is that, okay, so we're all fractals of source.
mhm,
What does that mean? What is source? Okay, so I'm going to just come at it from our limited human minds here. If source is like a plasmic consciousness,
mhm,
it contains everything. It's in everything that lives. Then my connection to source is through my aspect as a plasmic consciousness. So this allows one to access all space, all time, future, past, parallel, and all information all at once, like that. And I
So do you
think
mean
that's
aspect
pretty
or fractal?
same, both.
Okay.
There's a fractal of me that's source, there's a fractal of you that's source. Um, it's part of You've heard of the Council of Nine and plasmic consciousnesses. Okay, so the arks coming in, the arks that are all over the planet, they are plasmic consciousness. It's It would be like if our human minds could consciously know at every moment how fast our blood is being pumped, how many ounces
Mm,
of blood's being pumped, how the electrical impulses are working. You're connected to every detail of what's going on in the body, but we don't pay attention to that.
mhm,
But as a
mhm.
plasmic consciousness, you know everything going on and all at once.
Right.
It is embodying the unified field and having access to it, if that makes sense.
Wow, of course it does. And, we're going to get deeper into those kinds of subjects because um, I'm not clear. And I'm hoping that through our sussing things out, we're going to get clearer for everyone in the audience as well, because these are complicated issues and subject matter, and nobody ever taught us this stuff, right? Here we are
No, no,
trying to sort
and
this
we
stuff
don't,
out.
if you don't have like you really need a whiteboard. You need like a holographic something to even make a metaphor of it. But yeah, it is difficult, and I'll do my best. We are multidimensional beings. Science has discovered our brains are multidimensional. We have
Mhm.
multidimensional structures in our brains too. So what
Yep.
I discuss is not woo, it's scientific.
Oh,
I've just
yeah.
taken it further than, just a picture of a piece of our brain. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. So let's go back to the beginning when you were first taken up into the regressive programs and the timelines and the bloodlines. So, do you know why you're a targeted individual? You said that in this lifetime, the abductions began at the age of 1, and you were taken to my hometown, Toronto. Eesh. Uh,
Underneath,
uh,
way underneath.
and I lived right next to the lakes, and I've never been
You
more
didn't know, yeah.
unhappy in my life. But anyway, we talked about that. So, is it possible that this is a continuation of a timeline and a bloodline on your behalf? Or is this maybe like a carryover from a previous lifetime as the human Erica you're embodying now? Or how do you see that?
It was many factors. Okay, so what do I name those who used to be in control? What do you want me to name them? Because cabal.
Oh, sure.
I don't like saying the name. I mean,
Yeah,
they're not in control anymore, but they used to be.
yeah.
I used to call
I,
it the military industrial complex.
some people call them, well, they used to be called the elites until we decided to call them the deletes.
Okay, I'll call them the deletes.
Yeah, the
Well,
deletes.
yeah, because they're gone.
Yeah,
That's
they're gone.
perfect. All right, so the deletes knew who I was before I was born, knew I was going to be born. They took me out of my mother's womb, and from what I understand, I was created in a lab and then put in my mother's womb. And it had to be that way because some of the things that I was going to be experiencing,
Mm-hmm.
I needed to be able to live through.
Mm-hmm.
It's ugly, but again, before birth, I signed up for all of this. I just didn't remember until I was 51 years old.
Yeah.
A long time. And what was your question again?
So yeah, is
I,
it no, you answered it. You answered it. So was it a bloodline thing? So if they
oh, okay, yeah, I want to go deeper into that.
Mhm.
So for me personally, it was it's hard to even say it. I'm part of a bloodline of Mary Magdalene, and I'm When I say that, I have DNA evidence. It's not like I just guessed. And I want to say that as a disclaimer, everything I talk about is not from reading something or listening to somebody. It's from firsthand experience where I know I am not under any kind of hallucination, mind control drugs, voice to skull, or entities. So I just want to make that clear.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep, I get you. Yep. So, so you that believe it or not, that was my next question. So, can you tell us more about the Magdalene bloodline? Because I've been told, well, I had an experience, a direct experience too, of being in that sisterhood. So, mm,
I just
as
learned
soon as
about
you
this
think
recently.
about it, as soon as you think about it, it's really big, isn't it? It just,
It's very big. That's why that look on your face is like,
yeah,
this is huge. And when you're a part of it, it's hard to talk about it because
yeah.
you can feel the depth of the responsibility and the depth of what we went through, even now. And, let's say that was uh, probably almost a million years ago that we experienced that, but we carry it still. Um,
Yeah.
so I found this out through my daughter who did a 23andMe.
Oh, okay.
She did this back in when COVID hit. And she was like, "Whoa, France, what's this?" And we looked into it, and I mean, down to the village that Mary Magdalene and Jesus had their daughter Sarah, and I named
Mm,
my daughter Sarah. Actually,
mm.
I wanted to name her something different, but she yelled at me and said, "No, my name's Sarah." She's very bossy.
Aren't all daughters? Hmm.
She's a Virgo, and yeah, she's
Hmm.
the boss.
She's
Anyways, so yeah, so once I saw that, she didn't understand what it meant. I kept quiet on it, and then I went and did my own, and sure enough, and it matched every dream I'd ever had as a child too. I had
mm,
purchased Gospel of Mary Magdalene. I was obsessed with learning about the Essenes and their priestesses there and what they went through. And that is the only thing that I felt was part of me as a child. I didn't know that there were aliens or ETs or
mm,
military. I thought everything was just 3D and then angels and God. That's all I knew about when I was young.
mm, mm. Well, it is a big, big thing. And at some point, I'd like to dive deeper into that because it goes into the entire construct of, um, they say that there's actually, I was part of a class with George, and we were talking about the fact that the Magdalene is the living personification of our planet of Christus Sophia. So it is a huge, huge, huge connection to be a part of. So maybe we can
It
do
is.
a separate show just on that because that's enormous. That's enormous.
It is, and it's back. That energy is back and it's available for those of us who are part of it. And I know you can feel that.
Oh yeah.
Um, I wanted to say something on that. So George said that the Magdalene bloodline had to do with the rebirthing of Sophia, kind of.
Yes, that the personification of the Magdalene, is the persona of Christi Sophia of our planet.
That hits me because I
Yeah.
was told yesterday that I am the walking embodiment of Sophia. It feels like, no, when I talk again, I want to give another disclaimer. I'm not speaking through my ego. My ego died a year ago when I was told I wasn't going to live. So coming out and even talking at all was not part of my plan. I was so abused against it. And But being told that you're not going to live,
Mm,
that's when I started doing videos because I had nothing to lose. What are
mm,
you guys going to do? Come after me and kill me? I'm already dying. So
yeah.
I want people to understand I'm not coming from ego. I don't have ego anymore.
Mm,
There's nothing, I don't feel like I have to prove anything. I don't have a this goal to be the great world speaker. If I had a chance to, I would go hide in a mountain town and nobody would ever see me, but I have a mission. So I was
yeah.
gonna say that before. What was the question you just
Well,
asked
we
me?
were talking about the Magdalene stuff. So you're just
Okay.
saying that, yeah, it's coming from a pure space in your heart, and I know everybody can feel that. I feel that absolutely.
Yeah, it's so I feel like I embody that. And I don't know. That's just how I feel. I feel like I'm the human walking representative of her and who she is and what she represents.
Mm,
And maybe that's part of being a priestess. I don't know. It's just
mhm.
come back to me now.
Oh, isn't that
It
wonderful? Well,
feels beautiful.
yes, and I'm sure that you're going to that's going to expand for you, and you're going to get more insight. So I'd love to hear about that. So let's monumental. So let's move on to your relationship with Jor-El, your Pleiadian and Andromedan husband. So
Well,
as you
yeah,
said, yeah,
it's confusing.
yeah. So let's try to, piece this out. So we are interdimensional beings, as you said, with multiple simultaneous soul expressions across many dimensions and densities occurring simultaneously, if that's not enough to wrap one's brain around. So,
Like a
um,
forest. You can give it an example like a forest with all these trees. All the trees are our soul. All the branches are the soul expressions. So in some people's tree, maybe they only have three branches, like
okay,
three. And some trees, like mine, I have seven. So I know I have seven aspects. I've got my Pleiadian aspect, my
okay,
Andromedan aspect, my Syrian aspect, my can't pronounce it, Patal. I
Patel,
don't know.
yeah, yeah,
You're so
whatever.
old. And more. So I work through all of them. So, okay, the first husband that I was introduced to now, I thought I had several husbands. I was like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, this is
Why are
what I
all these
want to
men
sort
in?
out.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, am I like some kind of galactic,
Hussy,
movie or
Hus
something?
Hussy, you're a galactic hussy.
So, yeah. I was like, no, I don't think I would be like that. But what I discovered, so Jor-El is my Pleiadian counterpart.
Okay,
He's also my Syrian counterpart, but he's got a different name, Kieran. So that's his other expression. He also has an Andromedan aspect. And I don't know that name yet, but he's very blue and very good looking. They all are.
oh, I know. It's unnerving, isn't it?
Yeah, no, honestly, I don't get to see Jarrell's face very often, but when I do, my knees want to buckle. I turn into a seventh grader.
And for good reason. So, all right. So, there are these different expressions or aspects, as you call them. Now, my question is one of them is in terms of your commitment to one another. So, does that go beyond your Pleiadian marriage? Are you married in the Andromedan aspects and in because you have an Andromedan aspect too? So how does that work?
It's confusing. So it's like, yes, Jarrell and I have an older son, I would say the equivalent of like a 18, 19, 20-year-old on Earth, but Pleiadian. So we've got that. Okay, in our Syrian, I'm not sure if we have Syrian children, but he's got like a lion panther kind of face look. so do I, um, are in, and okay, so the Syrian one approaches me to different kind of, I can't even pronounce, they're all the same soul. We're all the
Right.
same soul. But the way Jor-El comes in is a lot different than the way Kieran comes in so that I can tell who I'm dealing with because it's
Okay.
very confusing. It is very confusing and honestly, a lot of crying, a lot of really being confused because for me, the experience with men on Earth has been violent and brutal. And so
Yeah.
that was completely out of my mind. And then to have these beings come in and you're aware that you've got this very deep relationship with them, but it's in your human mind, you have to work out all of your projections, your misperceptions, your wrong conclusions from past experiences, and really work your trauma out. A lot of people come to me and they're like, I want to know who my love is. What is he saying? Blah, blah, blah. Everyone can know that. Though, people come to me, I'm blocked, I'm blocked, I'm blocked. Our blocks are our traumas.
Hmm.
And our blocks are these like masses of dense energy that don't allow energy to flow. And when our galactic counterparts come in and they want to merge with us, if we've got this chunk of really heavy energy stuck anywhere in us, we can't fully connect and communicate because what you're going to receive is going to be received through that trauma part,
Mm.
that broken part.
So it's
And
going to be
what
distorted. Are you saying it's going to be
it's just, yeah, and
distorted?
it
Yeah.
creates a distortion.
Hmm.
So in anything we do, and this was a point I wanted to make today. I think I'm just going to start this as a monologue. Is it okay?
Go for it. Go for
I just wanted to make this point because it's so important. How do I begin?
it.
For me to be where I'm at and know what I know, I had to do a lot of work. And I mean, it's a lot of work. Shadow work. This is sitting with every part of ourself that we're uncomfortable with,
Yeah.
every child aspect that was wounded. I'm talking about I went back to my 1-year-old self, my 1.5-year-old self, my 2-year-old self. I had to get all of them back because through the torture and the abuse and the severe trauma they put us through as kids,
Hmm.
I was my consciousness had separated in so many different ways. I spent years going in and getting each of those back, and that's what it takes. And you and I had an experience with that recently with yours. So
Yeah.
I had thousands of those, Renata, and none of them were easy. Some of them would pound at me, scream at me, run from me. Um, it takes us, anyone you see talking about SSP, anybody that you see doing readings,
Yeah.
wanting to heal others, any healers, anybody who is sharing intel from the military. First of all, your aura needs to be clear. Or how do you know you're telling the truth? Have you cleared all your entities? How do you know your thoughts are even yours? Have you worked out your grays? Because I guarantee you there's a gray with every one of us.
Mm.
I see hundreds and hundreds of clients,
Mm.
and the grays are still there.
Yeah.
So, listen to the people who go on Dr. Sala, the people that go on all these other podcasts. Have they done their shadow work? Did they get their voice to skull? Did they work that out? Do they know whose thoughts they're having? Are they just out there because they want to be the first person sharing information? I am coming from somewhere that is so healed.
Hmm. Integrated.
So,
Yeah.
and what I talk about again, I've seen firsthand, I've witnessed firsthand, I've been in it, and I got out of it on my own. So it's really important when you're listening to somebody and you're listening to their information, think about those things. I wonder, did they do their shadow work? Did they deal with the fact that they had grays mess with them at a young age? Do they still have MK Ultra programming? These are things I had to break out of my system, and it was a lot of work. And it took me so long. I mean, years ago, I had information I could have come out and shared,
Hmm.
but there was this part of me that was like, no, Erica, you've got to clean up what's inside,
Hmm. Hmm.
They used me so much. I don't know what's in there.
Hmm.
If they can come into my bedroom at night, give a code word, and I turn into this super soldier and leave with them, then how do I know what I'm sharing with my clients is going to be helpful? We have to be, am I making sense or am I
Oh
just
no,
rambling?
absolutely no. I
Okay.
have that. That's coming in my questions, but
Okay.
yeah, we're on the same wavelength. But can
Okay, good.
can we talk a little bit more about the consciousness splitting?
Yes.
Because I
Okay.
think you and I, well, you know exactly what it is, but I'm not sure that it's very clear. So, regarding the splitting of consciousness in the MILAB military program, so this is the most confusing aspect of what you describe in all of your interviews. So, let's figure
I'll
this
break
out.
it down.
Okay, so you have one consciousness that emanates from your oversoul, and
My
it
soul.
from your soul, and it manifests itself in your physical incarnations simultaneously. So this means you said seven. There are seven versions of you exploring different densities at the same time.
Yeah, in different. Okay, so we're in the third, and it's not hierarchical, but I'm just going to use
Yeah.
that third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. I've got Erica in the third. The fourth is just insanity. I've got, and I think, I'm not sure if Jor-El is in the fifth or sixth. I think it's the sixth.
Mm-hmm. I feel six.
But I've got a lot of family in the fifth. He's in the sixth. In the seventh. Um, anyways, so being able to access all of these while I'm here in my body,
Mm-hmm.
I can pull information and memory and what's going on in those and bring it back here.
Right.
So let me describe how they do that in the programs, okay?
Yeah.
As
So they will abduct you. They will abduct
okay, so I
you.
was three years old when they broke me.
Oh
And
yeah.
I know George talks about he was 4.
Yeah.
Did he ever go into it in his classes?
Not in detail. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is very ugly, by the way.
Mm.
So they take me as a 3-year-old, they take me out of my bed at night. I wake up in an electrocuted cage naked. Okay, that's the very first thing that you're aware of. Okay. You don't have parents, you don't have anybody to help. So you do what you know how to do. Now, I'm 3. I don't know shit. Um, they would take us out of our cages. They would do horrible things over and over, over and over, over and over until, okay, so imagine you have a parent and a child, and the parent the child is a happy-go-lucky, innocent child, and the parent beats the shit out of the child and says, "Well, that's your fault because you existed." So that child knows that they're going to get regular beatings, right? In my cage, I knew that that electrical shock was coming. So, and this is what they want. So I detach from my body
Mm,
and I separate so I can watch my body so I don't have to be in the pain.
mm-hmm,
Okay, there's one broken aspect. They have technology to grab that one up. Okay, so again, they find a different abuse to do to you. And
mm-hmm.
then through that, you don't want to be part of that either, so you learn how to split off from that. Then they have another aspect of you. Because children are so innocent, malleable, children are they'll take they're blank slate.
Right.
They'll take any kindness they'll get. They'll take any direction because we're babies. We don't have any direction. And and I'm gonna call them Nazis, and I'm not talking about Third Reich Nazis. I'm talking about Fourth Reich insane people who
Mm-hmm.
have no issue doing testing on small children. They
Mm-hmm.
don't even think that they don't
Yeah.
like animals, like people
Yeah.
treat cattle.
Yeah. My mother,
Um,
my mother was a remember I mentioned to you, my mother was experimented on in the
oh.
concentration camp. Yeah.
But what happens with all that is they create many versions of you. So they know how to okay, so I'm gonna electrocute Erica. This is gonna bring this version of her out. And that version of me was screaming and crazy and being electrocuted, severe trauma, severe emotional stresses sometimes turn abilities on.
Right. So I was just about to ask, so each one of those compartmentalizations, those aspects of you, they trained to be a different personality and
Thing.
fulfill a
Yeah, different
different
personality.
personality.
So one of mine at age 3,
Mhm,
they turned me into a fury. This is
mhm,
someone who gets so mad that they just completely obliterate everything in their path at
mhm,
age 3. Okay. Another aspect of me was trained as a pilot. Now, I know that hundreds of thousands of people had these dreams when they were young. Did you have anyone come into your dreams when you were little and say, "Hey, can you levitate this?"
mm,
Or "Can you move this with your mind?" Or "Hey, can you do this trick?" It was always the grays, but when I hear this from many different people, some thought they were ascended masters asking them, some thought that they were their family members. It was always the grays. This is how they decided who would be a good pilot or not.
mhm,
So
mhm.
we had all these tests, a lot of kids. But back to the breaking. So there's a 3-year-old who's been abused so much, she's got a compartmentalized mind. Like there's all these honeycomb.
Right.
In this part, there's somebody who can blow things up if she gets mad. In this part, there's somebody who can go out, interface with a being, and bring back all their info. So all these different aspects of me were used for different things.
So, but can
Um,
they just quickly, can they program clones or can they insert those aspects of you into other beings so that this is all happening simultaneously? They're not just using you as a multiple
right,
personality, for example.
right. So they can take, this is so ugly. So
Mm,
for example, okay, I'm back in my bed at home. And I remember, I want to say this real quick. When I got back from being broken, the only thing I could tell is I went to sleep one night and it was just a regular life. And when I woke up the next day in my toddler bed,
Mm.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, sweetie. Breathe.
I remember this and I'm 53.
Yeah. Take your time.
Sorry.
Take your time, honey. Take your
I woke up feeling like I was the most evil person on the face of the earth.
time.
My stomach hurt so bad, and I
Mm.
wanted my parents just to comfort me, but I didn't have parents that did that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Take your time. Take your time. This is very, very, very difficult, and everybody appreciates
So
you sharing this. So take your time, honey.
when I got back, I started doing things like hiding in boxes or hiding in closets or finding really small places to hide at age 3. I couldn't take my regular afternoon nap unless I was like in a closet or under my crib because I didn't want them to come back.
Mm.
And from that point, I can't describe the stomach aches. I just felt like you're a baby and you can't talk yet. So
Mm.
you can't even express what you need. And on top of that, they only do this to children whose parents aren't even paying attention to the kid
Yeah,
so they can get away with more. It was just bad.
yeah. That was my case too. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, take your time. Take your time.
Um, yeah, so for the rest of your life, unless you heal this, unless you can figure out which aspects are being used and by who, and man, I was on a mission because I
Yeah.
figured mine out.
Mm-hmm.
But it took me as an adult, so I knew I had military coming in. Military, when they came in, they would turn my wall to water through sound waves and they
Mm.
would just walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they would grab my consciousness and they knew exactly every different Erica had a specific way of accessing her that they knew about.
Of
I
course.
didn't know about it at the time. So they can come in and they can say blue rainbow sunshine, and that aspect of Erica is going to be like, yes, tell me what to do.
Right.
And they'll take that consciousness out, sometimes put it in a clone and use the clone. But another thing that really sucked for me is I only had few clones because of how I was created. They could use my body.
Mm. The
People weren't
resilience
really
that
made.
was put in that was engineered into you, as you said, when you were
Yeah.
crafted. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they did that for many reasons. Instead of just taking my consciousness, I remember as a 4, 5, 6 year old being sucked out my wall, thrown onto a ship, and the ship would just go to the moon. And the pressure of it, I still like I can still feel my cheek against the craft and I can still smell it. It was like
Mm.
metallic and
Mm.
I could
Mm.
still see the rivets in the corner of it because we would just be thrown unconscious on our face. But the way I found out, I was trying to figure out now are they taking my consciousness or me? Well, I had a X-ray done. And then my sister had an X-ray done separately, and were just talking one day, and she said, we were both told that all of our organs had been shoved. So if we were on our stomachs, all
Mm.
our organs were forced to the front.
Mm.
So we were both asked, had you guys been on a in a head-on collision? Because all your organs are, but that was from levitating in the craft going from Earth to the moon, Earth to the moon.
Right.
And I think the ones that were doing that were trying to get my body used to space travel, but it doesn't. Our bodies need to be on the Earth. It really messes with your everything, messes with your thyroid, especially.
Yeah. So the I'm switching around my questions here, but the obvious question here, as you touched on earlier, this is now the right time I feel to expand on this. So you said that in the past, you could be controlled by those controllers, right, of implants and of all of these segmented aspects of yourself within a fraction of a second to do their bidding. And
Right.
I've also heard you say that any implants you have been neutralized. And I've also heard you say that no one can overpower or resist the regressive Dracos when it comes to mind control because they don't follow the laws of this universe. And then when we were having a session, um, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but you had a white van come visit you, and I was terrified for you. And you had to wave them away with some lights, etc.
I had to pretend like I was recording them and then they leave, yeah.
Okay, right. So the bottom line, and I ask this with all due respect, and you've already touched on this, and I ask myself the same question several times a day because we've all been mind controlled. We're all under mind control here. So, how do you know? And George was asked this on the panel, right? How do you know
Yeah,
without
I heard that.
doubt? Yeah, you heard that. So, how do you know without any doubt that you're not in that same category, that you're not being mind controlled or manipulated by the nefarious ones, and that's over, or if they try, that you could mitigate that. So how do you explain that?
I can just speak for myself personally, and
Yeah,
it goes back to what I wanted, what I was saying about
earlier.
everybody.
Yeah,
We are on a planet that was mind controlled for so long.
exactly.
So, okay. So you just have to go down the list. Okay. Did I get the grays out? Okay. Are the grays in? There's a list.
Mm,
Really.
okay.
Are the grays still manipulating me? And there's ways to find out.
Okay.
Am I having, now let me give an example of that. Biggest example of the grays still being with you because they're there your whole life. You won't, they're like part of you. So you don't notice that it's them.
Mm-hmm.
If you're having dialogues in your head with somebody, shouldn't be.
Mm-mm.
There's nobody in your head. It's not your higher self talking back. If you're hearing voices like that sound like your own voice talking, yeah, no, should be silent in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as far as voice to skull,
Mm.
with me, in my book, I write about always hearing my handlers. They were two military guys, and I could hear them talking to each other. Like they weren't, I don't know if it was me psychically following them back to wherever they were, but
Or was that maybe an implant because they had to
that's
communicate with you,
so
right?
I know that they had an implant in me because I could hear, they always knew where I was going. Like I would be walking down the street and I would start to turn left and I would hear him say, she's turning left on such and such street. And then I would hear that and then I
Uh-huh.
would turn the other way just to see if, and they were like, nope, she's switching. So I knew they were
They
in
moving.
real time.
Okay.
So this took me years and years and years. So I'm like, okay, how do I get them out? Well, psychically, well, the end of my book kind of talks about how I got rid of those guys. Um, I'm not a killer, but I did end up getting rid of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I got that out. I worked with my star family to make sure that the implant that they were using could not be hacked by anybody else.
Okay.
And they fried it, and it was so painful, the process of it, so I know it's not usable.
Mm.
Um, After that, I searched. Now I'm very, very psychic, so anything that comes in that is not of my own original frequency,
Mm.
no, it's going to be something else.
Okay.
So like voice to skull stuff, same thing. I psychically trace them back because if anyone is coming at you, you can follow them right back psychically.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this took years and years and years and years. I did this with every single agency that owned me,
Mm.
and we worked stuff out. The Especially the different military agencies that I had coming into my bedroom because they were the worst.
Mm.
Um, I had to get creative. Um, I would talk to them out loud. I would tell them, look, I don't want to do this unless I know what look, if it's a mission that I want to go on, why do you have to abduct me? If it's something that I want to go on, let me know. I want to consciously know.
Right.
And I started to be able to set up, like in my book, I write about how one night I just knew they were coming, and I set up a crystal grid, and I told myself, okay, anything changes in the frequency of my bedroom, I want to be awake.
Okay.
And sure enough, they landed. I got the alert because I saw the flash of light even with my eyes closed. When the military comes in, you'll get a flash of light, an orb, or your wall will disappear,
Mm.
or you'll just get really sleepy.
Mm.
Um, I'm trying to give descriptions, and I think
Yep.
I'm getting lost in tangents right now.
That's okay. We're just looking at
Sorry.
how you know that, or how you have the work that you've done, and you're describing it beautifully to make sure that you're having a real experience and you're not being controlled in some fashion.
Right. Okay, so yeah, I'm just talking about how I got rid of all the handlers and all the mind
Right.
control people because
Right.
they also have the ability to pull us into a dreamscape. Now, I found out that because they pulled me into a dreamscape, it was a fake. They
Reality.
wanted me to believe it was my house, but when I looked up
Mm.
in the corner, it was glitching like the Matrix. You could see the
Mm.
numbers and the streams, and I'm like, okay, this isn't real. So they weren't able to do that anymore because I caught on to that dream kidnapping. I realized that in everything they do, they were triggering my amygdala, my fight or flight. And so I'm like thinking, okay, all of the tech used on me needs my reaction for it to work. What
Right.
if I don't react?
Exactly.
So I started not reacting. And what would happen? I would be staring at them as they were trying to like aim their ray gun technology at me to put me under.
Hmm.
Because I was just aware of it, it wouldn't work anymore. Because I wasn't afraid of it,
Mm.
it wouldn't work. The fear, and everybody can attest to this, they have this frequency, especially the tall grays, that they can paralyze us with. And it's this fear, and it's the most,
Hmm.
it is debilitating fear.
Hmm.
I found out that's technology.
Mm.
So I paid attention to that. That's when I knew that the Greys would abduct me if I felt that fear. I just learned, I took notes. I took notes on every one of my abuses. I took notes after my MILABs. I took notes after they would drug me and drop me back in my bed, and I figured their game out.
Mm.
I had nothing else to do. I was trying to stay alive. It's
Yeah.
not like I had a choice or I had free time. And
Yeah.
at this time, I have no money. I barely have any food. I don't have a place to live. It wasn't easy, but I knew I had to get free. And anything I needed to do, I would do to get free. I wanted my mind back.
Right.
It was like my number one hyper fixation.
Right, right, and rightfully so. So you're saying that I guess the to summarize your response is when you realized all of what had been happening to you and you as you said you wanted your mind back, you systematically and methodically went through absolutely every possible venue and instance and memory and experience to trace back what was happening to you so that you would not be fooled again, and to understand that the trigger was fear. So now that you have mastered the fear response, they can't trigger you. Is that correct? Is that what I'm hearing?
Now that I've mastered knowing who I am and knowing how they operate and what technology they use, it can't work on me anymore.
Mhm.
And what I'm discovering now, I'm going to add that for a few years, I've worked with about a dozen people a week who've all had the same experiences. So we've learned a lot more. With learning all of their what I've seen with other people, I'm like, okay, what if I have that too? So I was clearing myself. I even purchased a Aura biofeedback machine that I use to check my own aura to make sure that there is nothing in my field that is going to interfere if I'm sharing something. I also learned that when I was on podcasts that the my handlers were using blue screen technology. So it's like comes right through your computer and it's micro flashes and you don't notice it with your naked eye.
Mm,
But I started wearing those blue screen glasses. Didn't really
mm,
work, but yeah, so they were targeting me through my everything, everything. And but this was my whole purpose in my life. And I know that's going to sound crazy.
mm,
Having every single one of the worst abuses and the targeting and the person I am that signed up for this wanted to figure it all out. That I was upset. I still am. And now anyone can come to me and I'll be like, that's what's on you. That's what's on you. This is how to get it off. Let me walk you out of hell
mm.
because I got out.
Yeah,
So I have something to offer and it's not distorted in any way.
right.
Does that make sense?
Makes total sense. Thank you. Thank you for that. I get that beautiful sharing.
I'm all over the place. I can't think linear or talk
Oh,
linear
it's
or
okay. Hey, we're good. We're jamming. We're jamming. Do you happen to know, because this is something that has crossed my mind, um, the entire targeting stuff and the consciousness splitting. Is this something that the deletes target only human children, or do they do this to beings in other dimensions?
when I was 5, uh these crazy Nazis and reptilians bought me and I was going to the moon every night.
Mm,
And on this moon base, they had abducted or kidnapped beautiful interdimensional beings,
mm,
beautiful nature beings,
mm,
magical creatures. And my job was to go communicate with them because part
mm.
of my plasmic consciousness and my innocence as a child. And so, yeah, they did that
They
to them
can.
too.
They can. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's switch things up a little bit. And
Okay.
because I'm seeing we're at 1 hour, and I still have so many questions, Erica. But I wanted to ask you quickly before we get into more of the relationship aspect of who interrelationships in the Pleiadian realm. You paused being the admiral of a space ark. That's your body in stasis, right? You're the
Wait,
admiral.
say that again.
So you're the admiral of a space ark, and that's the body of you that's in stasis.
Um, I've discovered I am connected to all the arcs. My body that's in stasis is on a Andromedan craft. It's very confusing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
just wondering if, so the way I understand it is that you paused being, this is what you said on Dr. Sala's interview. You said that you paused being this Andromedan admiral that Jor-El showed you. You were in the stasis chamber to be Erica. And
yeah, yeah.
okay, so my question is, was it the aspect of you that is your soul, your oversoul, to that decided that it was going to have this other experience and pause the admiral experience, or was it the you as the admiral that consciously decided to be Erica?
Yeah, it was
Which
the
way did
ad
you go?
it was the well, think about it. Do you think me would be like, "Oh yeah, let me go through that. Yay." No, it was this powerful me. It was my highest. It was the one that didn't understand that it would hurt. So she
Oops.
had no concept of
Oh,
pain.
oops,
But
oops.
she was, I remember, I mean, it's me, but I remember, oh, you just send me down there. I'll finish this. Like, that
Yeah,
was I remember saying that, oh, just send me. No, I'm going. I can do this. I want to do this.
of course.
And I still have that personality or that fire in me, even
Mhm.
after getting whooped.
Oh yeah, no, you have to. You have to. That's not something that can get put out. There is just no way. That
No.
is your nature. That's your nature. So, in terms of galactic relationships, I understand that they're very different from human relationships, and I really want to dive into this a little bit because I know this is going to be interesting.
Okay.
So, um, so humans, they date, they have casual encounters, they marry, they divorce, they or remarry or not, and etc. So, based on what I understand, the experience of love in the galactic realm is so much more than what we experience here. And what I've also understand is that there are two levels of commitment in the 5D and the 6D. So like level 1 is where you're going steady and you don't see anybody else, but you've decided that you're going to explore this relationship with someone, and it can be a same-sex relationship. It doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah.
And then so that goes on for some time. Now, given that you live multiple hundreds of years, I mean, it's not like it's 6 months, right? It can go on.
No.
And then after, when the two individuals decide that either they're going to take this to the next level or they're just going to part ways, when it's the level 2, that means that they are together forever for the rest of their natural lives, and there is nothing else, and this is very respected. And
Yeah.
we talked about how your experience with in relationships on Earth was violent and brutal, etc. And I find one of the most disturbing aspects of a relationship between on Earth is the fact that men do not support other men who want to be the divine masculine, who want to have those commitments in relationships. It's like, oh, like it's almost parodied. So I just wanted you to talk a little bit more about um, how that feels for you, because even though you're in a human body, you're having a full-on marriage relationship with someone who understands those higher principles and who, from what I understand, behaves based on those principles. So what is that like?
The level of integrity and respect is not something that I think any Earth woman could conceptualize.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the example is what he did last night for me,
Mm. Oh,
you know.
yeah. You
So about
said that before. Why don't you tell us? Because it's so
okay,
beautiful. It's so
but it
beautiful.
works this way. So um, in the beginning of this year when I had the tumors that
Mm.
were being removed and I was told I wasn't going to make it, and I just said, I'm just going to start talking because what, like I'm going to get targeted. I'm dying already. Um, that kind of surrender, that kind of surrender took my ego that was in my mind and it just moved it out of the way. So I had direct communication because I wasn't getting in my own way.
Mm. Mm.
That really made a difference, and I would recommend surrendering that because you're not in control of your life. Your
Mm.
bigger self is. And
That's
if you
huge.
just let go of controlling, shit is gonna get so much easier. Get out of your own way.
Oh, oh,
Anyways.
golden words, my dear. Golden words.
Um, so about 2.5 months ago, oh my gosh, see now I can't tell the story without bringing somebody else in. Somebody that we know. I'm not gonna name his name.
Okay, that's all right. But you said, but
Anyways,
yeah, but you said that. Okay, keep going, keep going.
so Jor-El and George Kavassalis work together. I believe they both are a part of the Navy SSP.
Mhm.
So about 2.5 months ago, Jor-El sends me that song I told you about. I'm leaving, and I kind of the part of me that wants to be graceful and mature is like, okay, I know, I'm sure you'll come back, but
Mhm.
little Erica's like, no, don't leave me in this world.
Yeah.
And he says, sorry, I'm gonna call him out. He's probably gonna see this and say, "Tch." Okay, so Jor-El tells me while I'm gone, you can always talk to George.
Mm.
Well, he didn't tell George that. Poor, poor George. And I didn't
George loves
understand. I said, what
you.
do you
He loves you.
mean? What do
Yeah,
you mean?
yeah.
Talk to George for 2 months while I'm gone. What the hell does that mean? And he says, he's my brother, and he's the only other person I trust that has as much
Mm.
integrity as I do. And I was like,
Mm.
whoa. Okay, but that confused me. Why is
Mm.
Jor-El telling me to talk to? So,
Mm.
anyways, I trust him. So I just started bugging the shit out of George. He didn't know. But that was good because then that's how I learned that they work together and they love each other and they have a great relationship, and he calls it a bromance,
Aw. Oh, that's wonderful.
but
Well, in class, because I've been studying with George for the past year, when all of your interviews started coming out with Dr. Sal, etc., and you started, as you say, bugging him, he talked about you like you were. He was like so overjoyed that that you two were chatting and that you knew each other and that you remembered him, etc. So he was overjoyed to express that. So let me put your fears to
I
rest.
wonder if his ears are ringing right now.
Oh
George,
yeah.
are your
Oh
ears
yeah,
ringing
yeah,
right
yeah, yeah,
now?
yeah. Mm. Yeah, absolutely,
Anyways, so
absolutely.
yeah, but The thing I did, I'm very intense and I'm very to the point and I don't sugarcoat things. And so George was like, got hit with an Erica tsunami of everything that was going on.
That's okay. He can handle it. He can handle
His words were crikey.
crikey, crikey,
But
crikey, crikey.
we're understanding that we are a small group that is part of what's coming, and
Mm,
this group of ours have worked really hard on creating what Three Eye Atlas and the other two craft are bringing. So it's a
mm.
good thing. Now
Well,
I
we're going to
can
talk
do.
about that, but I'm not going to let you go without telling
I
us what
know
Jor-El did.
I lost my thing. So
That's okay.
Was gone for a while, and I didn't have
Right.
anybody to talk to. So I realized, oh, Erica, you're really, really annoying George, and he's tired, and he's got so. I'm sitting outside last night, and I love every night I'm outside. I just watch the stars.
Mm,
I always usually get a light show too, and never know who it is. But last night, I'm staring at the candles, and I'm very tired and kind of feeling like I miss him. And I'm looking at my phone. I'm trying to find a song to put on my speaker because I had earphones on. And I'm staring at a flame, and I'm looking at the ground, and it looks like lightning, but I'm not paying attention because I'm an airhead. So I'm trying to find a song, and the song comes on. The next song that came on is a song that Jor-El sends me often, and it's making love out of nothing at all because
mm,
he really puts me on a pedestal at how can you be down there and still smile? He
mm,
goes, how do you create love out of nothing? There's nothing down there to create
mm,
love with. So that's
mm.
the song. It's special.
Yes, of course.
But that song came on, and I'm like, oh, that's Jor-El's song, and start crying. But again, I'm there's this light flashing, and finally, I'm like, and he was right there. So
Oh.
I'm here feeling sorry for myself. I'm snotting and crying, and and he's like, I'm right here. Right when that light came on, he put
Mm,
Here I Am, the One That You Love by Air Supply on my phone, and I just
mm.
bawled. So
Aw.
he's back, but
Mm,
to show up for somebody when you have a responsibility of having to take care of the entire galaxy and make sure that's all organized, make sure that everyone is prepared for Three Eye Atlas coming in, how does it affect? He's been gone, but he knew at that moment, I was getting ready to do this with you, and I just needed
mm.
that boost, and he
Aw.
made the time. And
Mm.
right after he showed up, he had to leave, but
Oh, it
that's
doesn't
the
matter.
kind
He
of
did it. Yeah.
that's the kind of
Yeah.
love and commitment and integrity,
Mm.
you know.
Well,
And even I had witnesses to this one when I had my tumor, when they were taking it out, and
yeah.
they were taking what the military had put in to kill me. They took that out. He changed the entire weather of my entire city, and he made a big white fluffy cloud. I was on the top floor of the hospital in
Mm.
pre-op, watching my husband in a craft right out the window. I can't even tell you. The nurses saw it, the anesthesiologist saw it, my aunt saw it.
Really? Wow.
I didn't know what it was, but I did.
Wow.
It was like
Mm.
I've never had love. I didn't have parents my parents were two teenagers that got pregnant, and then they were like, I don't know what to do with that. It's not their fault. They were also military programmed, but to have somebody who has such an important responsibility but stops to take care of me in this 3D that's not even real,
Mm.
it's huge. It's
Oh, it's
huge.
beyond huge. And it's the stuff
Yeah.
that it's the stuff of dreams for us. Because like you, I don't know that kind of love here either. And
You will.
oh, thank you. Um, and Andrea talks about it too. I mean, her whole show is dedicated to pretty much how she and her husband Ika,
Ika.
are together, and she's published some beautiful videos about that relationship, and it's at the same time as difficult it is for us to feel, there's also a great joy in knowing that that's possible. And
It is.
and so that brings me to, and I don't want to be indelicate, but I also want this to be a little spicy. Um, and you said, ask me anything.
I said, yeah, yeah, I
And
don't.
this is not an interview that our beloved Dr. Sala could do with you. Like, there's just no way he could do that. So I'm going to ask the questions that he can ask. So, well, he does actually. He asked Daryl James. Remember, he had that interview with Daryl James. And Daryl was on Solar Warden for 17 years. And for 2 of those years, he spent his time among the Tibetan Pleiadians, right? And he was selected because of his unusual genetics, not dissimilar to you. And
Right.
so he described the act of procreation to Dr. Sala in that interview, and I thought, okay, well, this is what I would remember lovemaking was like and should be like. It's like an ecstatic bonding, but he went even further to say that the female can choose the sex of the baby. So take it away, Erica.
Well, I don't have Daryl's memories because
No.
he's very shy too. So we don't, not shy, but I don't believe that Jor-El's not Tagetan. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a little bit different, but with this is hard. I'm trying not to giggle. Okay, hold on.
We're still girls. We're still girls having a girl thing going on down here. So it's
My
okay.
cheeks are gonna hurt from
Yeah, good, good,
smiling.
good, good. That's a good thing. That's a good.
Okay.
Me too.
Um, I'm trying to think of an example
Mm,
because, okay, so my Pleiadian aspect as his wife up there understands all of this.
of course.
I don't hear, but I do
Mm,
hear.
mm.
Um, the very first time, I'm just gonna fucking talk. I'm sorry.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Okay. The very first experience I had, it was again, it was after I did that surrendering because the doctors had
Mm,
told me, you're not going to make it.
mhm,
During those weeks, there was no veil. They
mm,
could come into my bedroom. I could see them.
mm,
I was not real. I was on that place between life and death.
mm.
So you can see everything's possible.
Oh,
Um, I don't know if you noticed, but in all of my interviews, I had a pick line. Uh,
yes, I
uh,
did notice.
okay, well, it's out. There's the
Okay,
hole.
good.
That's what I
Yeah.
was getting fed through. So one night, Andrea knows this story.
Mm,
One night, I'm preparing my IVs, and it's like 2 a.m. and I cannot believe I'm sharing this story. It's when I was aware of everything, so that was probably why he took this advantage. But it's like when in the 80s when we dated seventh graders, they were so polite, so shy, and so like, are you
mhm.
sure? It's so gentle.
Yeah, yeah.
But so I'm fix compounding the medication and the stuff. I'm hooking it up to my IV, hooking it up to the pole because I had to do this 5 times a night.
Mm.
And I'm just getting the last tube in, and then I have to inject my medication. And as I'm screwing the tube in, I hear Jor-El storming towards me, and I'm sorry, I'm so shy. He had been in weeks and weeks and weeks of deliberations with people that were driving him crazy.
Mm.
And he goes, "This is so hard, Renata." So he had a lot of pent-up energy.
Okay, I think I know where this is going.
Okay, so he's running towards me with pent-up energy.
Hmm.
I'm doing something very dangerous. Like if I mess this up, I die. So he comes in and he's like, it was like you would imagine a
Mm.
dream.
Mm.
So you can physically feel everything. He's
Hmm.
kissing my neck and he's got his arms around my waist and
Mm.
I'm standing up and I'm like, "Oh my God, let me sit down, please, before I die." And I didn't finish even putting, so I'm trying to like inject my IV as fast as possible because the emotions and the sensations going through me
Hey,
are
look,
like,
excuse me. I'm being ravaged right now. I don't have time for my medication. Yeah.
but I had to finish. So finally, and all my lights are on, everything's on still. So finally, I get it in right, and I think I messed it up. And I'm laying down in my bed, and I'm grabbing a pillow because I don't know what's happening, but it's wonderful. And he's talking to me the whole time, like, but okay, so I'm trying to be respectful too. That
Of
was
course. Oh.
so okay. So I finally lay down so I don't move.
Mm.
It's like
Mm.
you everything merges, your minds, your soul, your past, every joy you've had, everything,
Mm.
every moment that lit you up all comes together. It creates this energy, this and it builds, and it's not like physical building, it's this beautiful creation energy, and it wraps, and you're just wrapped with each other.
Mm.
And it's like a whirlwind. It's physical, it's spiritual, it's, I
Mm.
don't have words.
Mm. All
It is so
encompassing.
thorough. It is so
Mm. Mm.
quantum entangled.
Mm.
There's no distinction between you or them.
Mm.
And then it's like an energetic explosion that lasts for weeks.
Mm.
But it's not like you would imagine a physical orgasm to be like.
Yeah. Well, it's not on the physical level. It's
Well, but it is.
that too.
It is.
Oh, thank
Just a
goodness.
little. But it's so
Mm.
that what was funny after that was like, you want more of that. So let me tell
We're
you,
getting hot.
let me tell you this stupid thing I did. So like I'm always in the hospital, I'm in pain, like I'm going through this. It's terrible.
Mm.
So I want more of that because that was
Because
nice.
that felt good. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, oh my God, this was the most embarrassing moment in all of my incarnations ever. So I find him, it was a few nights later, I find him. He says, "Not right now." And I totally didn't listen. He's in a meeting
Mm.
with high council members.
Mhm.
I barge in because I'm not thinking,
Mhm.
thinking with my
Mm-hmm.
emotions, my feelings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I say, how come you can't make love to me like that all the time? And the look on his face, he goes like this, looking but beyond me, and I'm like, holy fuck. I turn around. I can't even. I embarrassed him. I embarrassed everyone in the room because even though that was telepathic, I was yelling. So I yelled it in the entire council room. How come you can't make love to me like that all the time? I destroyed that meeting. I embarrassed him. We had to talk after that. I, I had to understand that I can't just do that.
Mm,
But it was a learning experience.
yeah, but on the upside, what a beautiful, confirmation of how much care and you want to be with him. So, hey, baby.
I can't, he
Oh.
explained to me how many people still make fun of him for that, but I didn't know. I had just started learning how to take myself onto the ship and
Mm.
but
All of those wonderful
that
things.
was the fastest lesson in, by the way, Erica, there's etiquette up here and that was not it. You know what I mean?
Well, alrighty. I'm sure that you've worked things out because he did bring a ship down for you last night just to make you feel
Yeah.
all good about our time together today. And I have to tell you, I'm about halfway through our questions, and I don't. That's fine.
Do
I have
you, if
so
I'm
many
good
of
to
them.
go, if you want to split this into a part two, or if you have to go, I'm
But
good.
no, no, no. You know what I think we're going to do? We're going to do this one, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do another one fresh
Okay.
because this has just been too much fun. And I want to end on that highlight of that beautiful, beautiful exploration of your relationship and how uplifting that is for all of us to know that, you know, that is waiting for us as
Oh, can I
the
say
end of the.
something on
Oh,
that?
please, please, please.
Okay, so I'm gonna be making a lot of announcements on Dr. Sala's show, so
Oh, cool,
keep tuned. That'll be we're gonna record November 11th. I don't know when it'll come out, but I
cool.
want
Yeah.
everyone to know that the councils, okay, so I represent the Galactic Envoys in a lot of the councils, and we are going to be preparing certain envoys to come together
Mm,
and collaborate. And I feel like, and the councils feel like it's important, especially for a lot of the galactic envoys, to have an opportunity to know if they want what this kind of relationship can be like on Earth, because a lot of us won't ever have that. And so there's a plan. So
well, let me throw my hat in the ring.
yeah. No, but it's a well thought out, a lot of us work together on the other side, and a lot of us are close on the other I'm gonna say the other side, not like
Yeah, yeah,
but whatever realm we work in,
yeah.
whether it's the SSP, Solar Warden, whatever missions, a lot of us work together, and a lot of us are going to be coming together. And I just want to say that because there's not going to be this extreme loneliness and isolation that
Mm,
we've been experiencing. It's going to get better.
damn.
And envoys are going
Damn.
to get a coming up.
Well, from your lips to creator's ears, because it's been a shit show, and it's been very, very difficult.
Yeah. A lot of what happened wasn't supposed to happen. And I'll talk about more of this on Solid, but
Yep,
the dark took it too far,
right.
which in a sense was good because they broke rules. And then a lot of stuff just said, a lot of people just said, hey, you broke the rules. Now
Yeah,
you got to fuck off sooner.
Yeah,
Sorry if I said
exactly.
that
No,
wrong,
that's
but you know what I mean.
yeah, yeah.
So a lot of good stuff's happening behind the scenes.
Oh, I really, uh, I believe so. I feel that, and from everything I've heard you say, and I've heard George say a few things too, and JP recently. So I just wanted to end on a couple of things. I know we've talked about this. You've mentioned it, like the relationships in the astral and in the physical. And I just want you to clarify. I mean, I've had experiences in the astral that feel more real to me than in this body. However, that's few and far between, and I cannot control that. Uh,
Yeah, we can't.
but in your situation, you are learning how to extend your consciousness into the astral deliberately and have a connection with Jor-El and others on the ship, etc. Right?
Well,
So,
I don't consider to me the astral's kind of dangerous, so I
mm,
bypass that really. There's a connection point. I'm trying to find it. There's a specific place. It's only about this big, but it's a specific node where my heart is
okay,
right here.
okay,
And if I want to go to Jor-El or Kieran, which is the Syrian Andromedan version of Jor-El,
right.
I go to where our connection is. Now, Jor-El is sits in the deepest part of my heart. So to it's not that I think of him because I can be hacked. I can
Mm,
be hacked and I can be sent to a mimic.
uh,
I have to go to where our deepest connection is, and that's once I go in and I find that sweet spot where he is, then we're connected. It's not me going out. I go in and then I'm connected. And that's how we know we're going to the right people because
mm,
I've had a lot of clients that are talking to mimics.
mm,
You know,
mhm,
they're not
mhm,
real.
mm,
So it's
mhm,
got to be felt. It's got to be felt through the heart. It has to be seen through the heart. This can be hacked. Words can be hacked.
mm. That's really important for everyone to understand because that is also a very real um, situation. And I mean AI, which is TI, technological intelligence, which is trying to infiltrate in so many different ways. Apparently, the big uh, issue with it has been averted, or so George said.
Yes, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
I wanted to mention that too.
yeah,
The threat that I had talked about on Solid that has been
mitigated.
worked
Okay, well,
mitigated. Yeah.
yeah, thank goodness, and um, that's great to hear. But still, there is infiltration, and there's still nasty, bits of things that are trying to manipulate our consciousness, and like we're not out of the woods yet, 100%. So
No, no, no. We're very close.
yeah,
We
okay,
can
good,
see we can see the
okay,
light, but
okay.
we're not out.
Oh, please. Oh. And again, from your lips to creator's ears. So last, everybody's been starting their shows with this, but I'd like to end on this with you today. Three Eye Atlas. So it's a mirror, right? And I know you will know more from your perspective. Um, and I'm just wondering, will there one day be a time when we have moved beyond conflict, the realms of conflict, not just in 3D, of course, but in all the densities? Or is that something that is unique to
Conflict
those
conflict
cartoons?
is in the third and fourth. It's different in the fifth and sixth and on up. There's only duality here.
Mm,
It's different in so I can only speak to the 3D,
mm,
but as far as um, you know, you can listen to the Hopi prophecies that talk about when this two brothers bring their sister back. everyone's going to have a huge perception, like a huge opening in their
Mhm.
consciousness.
Mhm.
I mean, you don't even really have to, I don't know why there's such a big deal about it. I mean, this is something that's been known for thousands of years.
Mhm.
Um, it's not just a mirror.
Mhm.
It's it's doing so many things at once. It's brilliant. It's a plasmic consciousness, which is how I can connect with it and to the other arcs because they're consciousnesses.
Mhm.
Um, so, for example, you had some people remote view it and they saw reptilian war warship or something. Someone else looked at it and saw these galactic beings doing something. Other people see it, it's empty.
Mhm.
All I can like say it's like me. I'm multidimensional. I'm a plasmic consciousness. I'm in every um so when you're in this, okay, here we go. This goes back to my, if you're remote viewing, do you have the grays out? Do you have the
Mhm.
V2K out? Do you have all your traumas worked on? Because it's going to affect what you see as a remote viewer. It's going to affect what you see as a psychic.
Mhm.
So, where are you at the moment you are trying to remote view 3i Atlas? It's going to show you what you have to work on. It's also doing something else. It's
Mhm.
also giving every single individual that looks at it a piece of the puzzle
Mhm.
because I don't know why it's taking all of us humans forever to come together, but gosh darn it, we
Mhm.
have to. So another thing 3A Atlas is doing, I'm going to give a piece of the puzzle to everybody.
Exactly.
And you know what? I'm going to see if they're smart enough to come together or if their egos are going to prevent that.
Brilliant. Absolutely.
I would love to see everyone who has information who is fighting with each other.
Mm,
I don't want to name names, you know everyone I'm talking about. And they're all my age,
mm,
70, 73.
mhm,
I wish they would drop all their ego, drop all their masks, and come together and say, okay, this was my puzzle piece. I saw
yeah,
this.
yeah,
And the next person say, this is my puzzle piece. And then we have a round table and we find
mhm,
out, okay, let's put this puzzle together.
yeah,
Let's see what it's trying to tell us.
yeah,
That's, to me, that's common sense. Like, why aren't we doing this? But no, this person's more important and don't question their narrative.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, 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 yeah. The
I want to say to all these people,
nonsense. Yeah.
have you cleared yourself to the level I've cleared myself? I'm not saying I'm better than anybody.
Mhm.
I'm saying that we're in a matrix that is a mind fuck, and you've got to detach from it in every way, or else why are you even sharing?
Exactly. And hence, Free Me Portal. And
Yes, exactly.
it was born from the desire to assist everyone in their own way to grow through the matrix. So, Erica, I want to thank you for
Thank you.
such a wonderful time. Oh my gosh, that's like gold. And I only got through half my questions, so that means we're going to have to do this.
We'll do part two.
We'll do a part two. Absolutely. So, your website is ericaamoreena.com.
Yeah, I have
And
a new one.
oh,
Should be coming up soon. It's
oh,
Blue Star
okay.
Kachina, but it's not ready yet.
Okay. All right. Well, when it is, you'll let me know and we'll put that up
Yeah.
on your, because you have a page on our portal, right? So, whatever updates, just let me know and I'll make sure
Thank you. Yeah,
it's
and I need to
updated.
write that for you. Thank you
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much for
Oh,
that.
oh, it's my honor, my honor. And you have an upcoming date with Dr. Sala. You said November the 11th.
Yeah.
So
We're going to
everyone,
be recording the 11th. So, yeah, but
okay,
I'm going to be sharing a lot of information there too.
wonderful. Everyone mark your calendars. And Um, Thank you once again. And is there one final message that you'd like to share?
Yes, don't fall for anything that tells you that things are going to get bad because this is according to the Hopi prophecy and according to everything I know. The first world was ruined with fire, the second one was ruined with ice, the third world was ruined with a flood.
Hmm.
This is the fourth world, and we're just beginning, and we can make it as beautiful as we want. And that's what we're doing. And there's nobody, no threat that can take that away. We're on a locked timeline now.
Mm,
And remote view 3i Atlas and see what you have to work on. You know, it's time to go in here. In the Hopi prophecy, it's like the 3i Atlas comes through and it says, "Okay, everybody, my big sister's coming. You better get ready." You know what I mean? So,
wonderful. Well, once again, from your lips to creator's ears. And thank you for leaving us with that beautiful, positive affirmation. And thank you for all that you've shared with us today. And I look forward to our next time together.
thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you. All right, we'll talk soon.
Okay,
Bye for now.
bye.